Hi folks, it's Wesley with Expandacraft Modular Boats, expandacraft.com. I'm here to start the first of a series of how-to videos. What we're going to do today on this very chilly and very windy, sorry for the wind noise people, but I can't help it. Only a short bit of this video is going to be outside. This is what we're going to do. This is Black and Tan, my sailing and outrigger boat. This rudder is about 10 years old. It's been beaten, put to the test. We're going to replicate this, and then we're going to show you how to make your own. Although you could just buy one. Call us up. We'll have that one for you. Anyway, it kicks up. It's very sturdy. This one has a one-sided deal here. It comes complete with a cat. You could also make this where it's on both sides so that you could have a tiller on each side, which is good for sailing. See you later, kitty. We're going to go back into the shop. You can pause now and we'll go into the shop and see what we got going on there. All right, we're here in the shop and we're going to go over first the tools needed to build your rudder. You're going to need either a table saw or one like this. This is not even a very large skill saw, but you need a circular saw. You're definitely going to need a drill. It helps if you have a impact tool. That is for driving the screws, these stainless steel screws, into the wood. You are definitely going to pre-drill. We'll show you where to pre-drill and why. And you'll need an assortment of different nuts and bolts. We'll give you a list of that in the next video. Subscribe and hit that like button, and don't forget to, I think there's a little bell that says notifications, so you'll get a notification when I do the second of this video. All right, so what I have here, this is a planer, and later in the video we're going to show you exactly how I'm going to use this planer. I use this planer to shape the backside, that is the trailing edge of the rudder blade. This is the beginning of the rudder blade, and it feathers down, and I'm going to show you how to take a hand planer and do that really quickly. You can use a belt sander and just grind and grind and grind until you get the shape you want. But in this case, you take a lot of material off real quick and then you can belt sand it. The materials you're going to need, this wood, I'm changing from the one that is on the boat now as a solid plank of wood. And over the years, it has opened up a gap, and you have to make sure you get a really, really good, hard, straight piece of wood, or it might want to curve on you, and a curved rudder is no good. You want it to be perfectly flat. And I bought this from a big box store, and it comes pre-joined. This is the board here. So every 2 inches is a joined piece of wood. That's good because then there's not one grain that can start to curve. So it'll stay flatter longer. The other thing is should I use epoxy or should I go with wax? Now this is a pine board and it's very inexpensive. We've got a full set of the rudder and the other pieces that are there on the routing table. Actually, the router is another thing you're going to need. If you have a routing table, that's good. If you have just a plunging router, well, you can do the job with that as well to round off the edges. But we got all the parts we needed and a little bit extra with just one of these boards. It was less than $20, wasn't it? I think. So it's really inexpensive. And what I'm going to try this time instead of epoxy is wax, because it's cheap and easy to apply and it should do a fairly good job. This pine is pretty good with repelling the water. All right, so what do we do next? Kind of wood, measurements. Don't forget to subscribe to the next video. I'm also going to show you this. This is called Starboard, King Starboard. And if you tune into the second video, you're going to see where we use this. The other thing is this is also Starboard and pre-bent. This is actually one of the old risers that I used to sell, but I don't sell them anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat bend this to a 90 degree, and then I'm going to take a few more pieces of it to make the connections that you saw on the canoe. The connectors that are attached to the canoe. We're going to show you how to make those as well as the rudder. So that's to put a big rudder on the back of a pointy back canoe. A specialty item. All right, so come around this way and let me show you a little something about this. What we've done here to take this down, oh, you're going to need a few of these as well. What we've done to take this down is, you're definitely going to need clamps, by the way. I didn't say that, but you're going to need some good clamps. These clamps work very well. They are not cheap. Now, if you can see here, I've already taken down a good portion of the material. So I took down a little more on the edge than I did here, and I'll show you exactly how I did that. I started right about there. Let me see here. Get a pin. See where I started there and there. Always helps to plug it in. Now, if it seems like this is a lot of work, it's because, well, it is a bit of work. Again, if you don't want to invest in the tools, if you don't already have the tools and you run out and buy all these tools, you might as well just buy the rudder from me. You can have it before Christmas if you come get it. That's day after tomorrow. This is December 23rd today, 2022. Christmas Eve's Eve. All right, so here's how it works. You are going to start here and make a curve. I'm going to take a little more off on this side. I'm doing the curve is because only this part is going to be in the water. This part is going to be in the housing, the box that we're going to be making. So I've taken 2 down on each time. Getting narrower. So, what I do here is now that I've got a shape, now I think I'm going to take it down just a tad bit more, but you got to roll the edge. You don't want the edge to be so sharp that it's brittle, and if you bang it on something, it's going to break. But once you get it to here, you'll notice there's these ridges in here, and then you just sand the heck out of it. And that's pretty much it. You just sand and sand and sand. And the sanding does take probably the longest of any of the things. And you're shaping the foil. You're not cutting a foil, even though the blades do cut. You just get a rough shape with the planer. You can do it with a hand planer, but it takes quite a bit of time and skill to work a hand planer. That's pretty much it, folks. We're going to be putting this together. You'll see how it all goes together here. The top part, like so, is going to go here. The blade goes in between. You put a spacer so that there's just a little room. And then the white piece of starboard goes here. I use the starboard, it's thin, instead of the wood. And I'll tell you more about that in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a call and buy yours today.